Welcome back, boys. This is RMTS. I have no idea what the number is anymore. Verlis, I know I've been MIA for like a while now. I've struggled for a little bit and life's been crazy. But how's it been going with you, buddy? How is Pokemon? How's the world? Because obviously at some point, Verlis is the answer of how everything is going. So how's it going, buddy?
It's good that you're busy because I've been busy with the new games. We had Pokemon Legends EA,
Mhm.
which was trash, Kirby Air Riders, which was amazing, but no one bought it. And then I've been playing Ashes of Creation, which is like the most anticipated MMO ever. 8 years of development so far. Finally goes into early access, and it's also an MMO, so you got to play a ridiculous amount. But the thing is, it's one of those things where like, oh, how's the game? What do you say? It's like if the games I play are so eclectic. It's like, oh, if you know, you know. If you don't know, then you don't care. And that's
Yeah,
where I'm
no,
at as a YouTuber, unfortunately. That happens all the time where it's like, oh, tell me about this game. It's like no one in the audience cares about it because no one's playing it.
and it's so hard because you're like, oh, I just want people to explore shit and have fun.
Mhm.
Whatchamacallit? So the free games on PlayStation Plus this month included some Lego fucking game for Horizon Zero Dawn. I think that's a game. I
Yeah.
think I put the words to correct.
So they
So
did
my
Lego
fiance's
Fortnite
been
and
playing
then they
that.
made a Horizon Zero Dawn of that.
Yeah, pretty much. But she's been loving the fuck out of that. She was playing it with my daughter and everything else. But yeah, everything's been fucking crazy.
Hmm.
I don't understand. My chair's out of place right now, and I can't fucking find out exactly why it's out of place. I think I'm also shorter. I don't know if like one of my kids put my fucking chair down or something, but I feel like I'm at least 6 inches, maybe a foot shorter because now my chair can go under my desk, and I feel
Whatever is
completely out of
breaking my
place.
chair has like infected your chair, I guess. And then like going back to the game things, like if you don't play the game either, then there's nothing to like talk about. Like you've never heard of Ash's Creation, have you?
No, other
Except
than
for
what
me.
you've talked about,
Yeah.
yeah.
Which is wild because at the time in like 2017, it was the most funded gaming Kickstarter ever because it had all of these fantastical promises and all these great ideas. And then just kind of like it has these cycles of like, oh, still in alpha, everyone hates it, still in development, but it has like a very dedicated like the people actually play it, think it's awesome. But the uh person behind making like the studio and making this game, he has a sketchy past to some people. I have no input on that whatsoever. But people don't like it. It's like, well, he did this back in the day, so he's just a scammer. And it's all about that. So like, yeah, just people that never played it hating it, but the alpha did cost $150 to buy into. Now Steam is $50 and still another 3 years till the game comes out, so everyone's mad. But the game's great, except when it's a buggy alpha mess.
Imagine if the next Pokemon was like, yeah, you got to pay $150 today to try it for a little bit, but it's still not anywhere close. It's 3 years away. Everybody would lose their fucking minds.
Well, the value proposition is like since it's a WoW model, it's supposed to be $15 a month on release. So if you pay the 150 and then you get 3 years of development, you're getting several $100s worth of game time. And also it comes with like 3 months of gameplay. So it's like, yeah, you're getting $50 of the game, you're getting $100 to play it early, and then you get to play it infinitely. I have like 700 hours in the game, so that's worth 150 bucks.
Oh, definitely. I'm not saying that you didn't get
Hmm.
your money out of it. I struggle with that whole monthly bill for gaming.
Gotta
It
do it
just
on
gets
server
weird.
cost.
Yeah, it gets odd. It gets kind of uncomfortable where you're just sitting here looking at, oh yeah, no, now I have to pay for Netflix for gaming on top of this game that I also pay for, and that game I
Hmm.
like. If this happened when I was a teenager, you wanna know how many games I would have had? Fucking none. Wait, I didn't get a 360 until I was 17. Makes sense.
This
Or
did happen
16,
when you were a
but
teenager, kind of though, because like you have RuneScape, and then you also have World of Warcraft, but also the new Call of Duty every year. That's just a subscription service.
that's so to me, that's $15 a quarter, even if you want to kind of spread it across everything. Where, you can find the 50, $60 to
RuneScape
buy
is
it.
$5 a month. That membership slapped.
I've never played RuneScape ever. I just I don't get it. I don't get RuneScape. I don't get World of Warcraft. I don't get maybe my fucking autism, man. And I know Josh is probably having a heart attack because I'm attacking his fucking,
Mm-hmm.
all of those addiction problems and everything else of RuneScape. I just don't understand it, man. I don't. I don't get it. I
You
don't
click on a
understand how
thing,
people,
and then numbers go up, and then those numbers are bigger than other people's numbers.
and I model my shit in different colors and bam, look, it's different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't get it. I really don't. But it seems like a lot of those games that, you know, had that monthly pay model almost had a fucking lack of availability at some point. Like they stopped growing. When you look at World of Warcraft, you had to buy another expansion every single time they dropped more of the game and everything else.
That's
So that
another thing where it's just like, yeah, people are mad at Ashes of Creation when WoW made you charge and then was $15 a month. Except I think it was just their games were bad. Like I think wasn't Wrath of the Lich King just dog shit. And then that's where like half the players went because at one point they had like 13 million active subscribers, which is a ludicrous number in 2008. It's a
well,
ludicrous number these days.
it's weird as a whole because the only two people that I knew of that played WoW was an ex girlfriend that I dated for like 3 months or whatever. Her mom, and her dad all, or her stepdad played WoW together, and they played, and they did their own shit. Yeah, I completely understand that. That's cool as hell. And then my one friend that I've talked about a couple times that used to draw porn during high school, and he would sell it, and he did deviant art and all that shit. He was like the opening express to understand that shit at all. And he's the only other person that I'm like, oh yeah, he probably still plays WoW. He
Mm-hmm.
probably still does. Like he's just one of those dudes that never grew up. He never changed. He never did anything. So like I still can see him in that space. I've never tried those games. So
Yeah.
like to me, I just
Keep
not my thing.
talking. I need to open up the door because my heater is popping off.
No, you're good. You're good. So yeah, like I don't understand why people would put so much money into those things. Like I could understand why people would put in money into live or shit like that, where it's a an access thing where you get an entire system where you're able to play different games and stuff. But when you're sitting here paying for just one game for a service cost, it gets odd. It becomes Netflix. It becomes fucking Apple Music. And I don't know, to me, it's not Apple Music. It's not fucking Netflix. It's not Xbox Live. How can you pay fucking $15 for a game a month? It's just fucking weird, man. It just doesn't add up the way that it should make sense. And it's fucking
Yeah, you
odd.
said words. I heard you.
I know you did. I know.
Ah, fuck. Not my hair.
You, dude, you're acting like. Did you start hanging out with a girl during the time when I was gone? I've never heard you say, "Oh my god, my hair's in the way." Fuck.
Now I didn't hear you.
I know it worked out great. I asked, "Hey, what is there a new girl around telling you, "Oh my god, my hair's got to be correct. Got to fix it."
I just like looking presentable, even though my chair is fucked.
I was just telling this to my fiance. She's like, "Babe, out of the 100,000 views that you've gotten across multiple different channels, because we got like 250,000 views last month, and I still don't fucking get it." But she's like, "I only saw 3 comments about how Verlis was a bad person or he had a collar on," and I'm like, "Oh my god, where did the comments start changing about Verlis? Why is it changing?" I was like, "Dude, this is so fucking weird. Like, look at us actually changing the way that people are perceiving somebody." I was like, "That's weird." We're no longer getting he's just an asshole because his name's Verlisify. Now they're actually having a conversation about what the fuck we're talking about. Like, this is odd. That's not what I expected. That's not what I
That's
expected at
also what
all.
happens when you breach out of the Pokemon community. It's just ill.
Well, yeah, well, it's not just ill. So I thought about this because of how you see morality, with it being black or white. Like obviously, at some point you cross that line, and once you cross that line, it's not gray or morally gray. It's just completely black. You're either good or you're bad. You're doing something that you don't agree with, or you're doing something you agree with, which is normal. Like just where your line is disagreeing with a lot of people. That's fine, whatever. But the thing is a lot of the Pokemon community, a lot of gamers in general, have that even more autistically different mindset like you have, where it's like so morally black or so morally gray that if they don't line up with you, they're eternally going to disagree with you. So now we're no longer having a conversation. You're just having two people that need to put helmets on when they're bashing their heads at each other because that's all you're doing. You're yelling at the wall, they're yelling at the other side of the wall, and I'm wondering why there isn't a pad in between you. That's the only difference. And it's like, dude, if you get in front of a different audience, it changes things because that's all it is. It's just the Pokemon community is like, oh my God, I disagree with this, so I have to yell. It's like, what the fuck? You don't have to yell, you fucking tard.
Yeah. I think the thing about morality is like the reason why my gray band has shrunk so much is because if you leave that open, then your morality can waver, and then that's what makes you a bad person. You need to
Yeah,
stay
well,
honest and consistent, and if you kind of look up like, but that edge case, then we see the slippery slope not become a fallacy at that point.
yeah, I think a lot of people in our generation, especially,
Mm-hmm.
were shown that that gray area needs to be big and as accepting as it possibly can be. And when people are more uncomfortable in those situations for having to be accepting or not accepting to something, especially when you have things like autism on the rise, which lends to that morally gray area. If you're able to get it into their head that that's acceptable to do is give them that morally gray area, it just explodes it. And
Mm-hmm.
it just makes it bigger and bigger and bigger. And then you accept everything.
And social media makes that worse. I don't even know how many posts I've seen, and like I just keep seeing more and more of them where it's blank is wrong, but and then it's just like twisting. It's like, oh, piracy is wrong, except when it's this company doing this thing, or except when they use AI, or you are morally justified to do insert actual evil thing here, and then gets a
Well,
million likes and everyone agrees.
that becomes like an even specific thing because this is the one thing that I've not seen a fucking thing about. And I love the FPS genre. I talk about Call of Duty all the time. I play Battlefield. I play all of them here and there. You wanna know how many people I've seen bitch about fucking EA being acquired by the Saudis? Fucking nobody. Nobody's bitching and complaining. You wanna know who's heading that fucking purchase? Trump's family and the Saudis. And it's like, you're not understand like you guys are like, oh my God, Battlefield's a good game. Exactly. That's how it should be. It shouldn't be, oh my God, the person that owns this is bad. Nobody fucking cares. Nobody
I
fucking cares.
I disagree on that side. 'Cause, well, I mean, I disagree on the nobody cares or that they should didn't care. Because, like, yeah, nobody cares, but they should actually, because if they want to be morally consistent, especially if they're this activist type and women's rights and stuff. But when it becomes the thing that they like, that's where their morality starts to waver. And this is a big, like, the bigger thing is in League of Legends, because that's been getting a lot of sports washing as well from the Saudi government, like buying the Esports World Cup. So there were people that protested the
COD 2.
previous project, Neom, the gaming city, they were just like women's rights violations and killing gay people and stuff. But now it's the same regime, and they just bought League of Legends, but they gave you a fatter bag of money. It's like I'll turn down $10,000 to cast at Neom, and then I'll take $50,000 to cash the Esports World Cup. So now, like all that activism was fake all along and just went away. The second evil money and corporations got involved, you took that money. So that it's mostly that hypocrisy thing. Like if you've made a stance pro LGBT, pro women's rights, and then you don't care about this, that's hypocrisy. That's the moral gray area. And then it's like, but it's just a game. No, it's not a game. You are now fueling and funneling and making their human rights violations. Because it's not even just those two. It's a slew of human rights violations that are absolutely insane. Didn't Saudi Arabia legalize like child marriage or like reaffirm it just in the last couple of years? Maybe we even covered it on the show.
I'm not positive, and I don't want
Yeah,
to step on my own toes in some place and miss something or whatever.
yeah.
But it's just like so many people want to have these hard and fast fucking, oh my God, let's cut everything with a knife. And it's like, guys, you don't have to do that. Let's just go back to sitting here and just having fun and enjoying the things that we fucking enjoy. Like, it's not complex, guys. It's just fucking not.
Yeah, I think
Like, it doesn't.
that's like the loop around where like I disagree with the nobody caring. That's because the other people put it into that position where you are forced to care. You must care. If you do not care about this thing, you're not an ally, you're an enemy. You are in the wrong, actually a Nazi. It's like, but now you're the one that's like cheering on as the the company that's backed by the government with human rights violations. So it was all fake. And the second you experience any discomfort and any friction, your morality just went out the window, and then you were attacking us the entire time about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Just want to play
Like think
games.
about this as a YouTuber. You know what I'm saying? Are you more likely to purchase the next Pokemon game, even if it's guaranteed to be a 3 out of 10?
I mean, I did like protest Pokemon Legends Arceus, and I tried ZA, and then I hated it, but I still bought.
Or are you guaranteed to buy the next indie game that has all of the hype around it, but it has a coin flip of being a 0 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10?
I don't see the whole coin flip aspect because like you can just wait till the game comes out and you can see it. I no one has free will or the ability to think for themselves anymore, so they need to be told that a game is good or bad. I already know if a game is good or bad by
Well, I'm saying
looking
like
at it.
as content creators, if we're one of the front people and the first people that jump on things, we're going to be the ones that obviously take the brunt hit of like buying more games and stuff like that. But you also have the bigger possibility of like you could be the first one that stumbles on the next Minecraft. You could be the next one that stumbles on the next big thing. And we're seeing that with our creators currently. Like there is a coin flip. There's a coin flip with a lot of these games. And those coin flips are very fucking rare to go heads. But what if one of them does? Or do you stay status quo and you say, okay, dude, this Pokemon game, this Call of Duty is fucking shit. It is a total fucking 2, 3 out of 10. And I didn't feel like risking it this year. And it sucks because like that's what it is. And now
Yeah.
everybody's fucking emotions are so fucking exaggerated about fucking everything that, those 3, 4 out of 10s all of a sudden are zeros. Or if you insult the game that they fucking enjoy or just time dump into, you are the worst person in the world because you're insulting the thing that they love. Just like not everything, nothing is free from critique. Nothing at all.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to like look up articles. Why efforts to protect children from early marriage have faltered in the Middle East. You support that if you don't care about the Saudi buyout. But I've heard like, oh, but Saudi made it 18. But there's always a loophole. I think that's a big thing that people get into. You need to find the actual thing. Keep going.
So actually speaking about a nice little situation with under 18 people and stuff like that, this situation just came up and this was interesting as fuck to me, especially with how many times we've talked about this shit. There is now a ban in Australia for a whole bunch of social media companies.
Mm-hmm.
And this list of companies that they're accepting and not accepting to me is fucking insane. So they're now banning for people under 18 Facebook, Instagram, Kick, Reddit, Snapchat, Threads, TikTok, Twitch, X, and YouTube. There's a lot that they are missing in that fucking list.
That's like the most important stuff because like kids won't care if it's not socially driven. And also, I think there's a few more on top of that. But yeah, like no, it's not like you're not going to get a lot of kids being like, oh, well, we'll hide in MySpace or something, and then that. Also, MySpace isn't evil. They banned the evil algorithms, which is good. The evil
Yeah.
places is what's bad.
So, and then they exempt Discord, GitHub, Google Classroom. I don't, how's that? What
Okay,
Lego
Discord has
Play,
very limited exemption though.
Lego Play, Facebook Messenger, Pinterest, Roblox, Steam, WhatsApp, and YouTube Kids. It,
Mm-hmm.
I feel Discord should absolutely just be banned. How can they not ban Facebook? I mean, how could they ban Facebook but not ban Facebook Messenger? How, with everything that's going on, are they not banning fucking Roblox?
I mean, like it still needs to be done, and it's good that someone is
Oh,
somewhere is banning all of this, or not all of it. Like
there's a
they're
step in the
working on
right
it.
direction. I completely agree. This is going the right way. And at some point, obviously, we all need to go this way. But the fact that it didn't touch on the things that make genuine sense.
It does. Like I said, there's still limitations and things because like Roblox automatically does the age verification. So I think that's another aspect of the ban where it's like, well, if the website doesn't have it baked in to like force you out, then we're hard
Have
stopping it
you
as
seen
well.
how the kids are getting past the
They
fucking
it's
age
still but it's
verification?
still it doesn't matter. The fact is like what the law is setting out and they're actually accomplishing it, and it shouldn't be something to be criticized because like you can't it's gotten so big and so evil you can't catch it all in one go. Like cuz that as more things will happen, it's like okay, we ban all these things, we'll leave some open so that way the kids don't go completely insane. Oh wait, there's still problems here, now we'll ban it all. Like got to progress. It's not like, oh,
Bro,
it's there. These out of touch, stupid adults miss something important. No, no,
I,
I
I
see. I think all of it makes sense.
I don't disagree with you. And I want to say that part too. Like I agree that doing something is better than nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're leaving open a game that is so open that has been absolutely used to do negative things, like if if Roblox is banned, right, not banned right now, why is Minecraft not right next to it? You know what I'm saying? Like that should be something that is specifically exempt.
Mm-hmm.
But we're now being too specific. So, okay, so is Roblox so specific that it's equal to like Minecraft? Or is it a social media thing that is actively using to target children currently? And that actually, to me, makes sense where it's like, that's not a logical thing.
I mean, but even Club Penguin was being used to like do pedo stuff. So, and it's also one of those things like, do you consider Roblox social media?
I do, yeah.
I I see that was never a consideration to me. Like that'll be the pivot as a social media, but the ban is a social media ban. So when you look
So,
at the list, like that is a social media ban. That is the best start to it. Now, if it turns out games, because then you unlock the other slippery slope. Games are bad for kids, and now it's China where you're only allowed to play 3 hours a week.
no, I completely agree with that too. I understand that this is like, let's dial this in and get this perfect. I completely agree. But like, okay, so now we go into the nitty gritty of it and want to expand this a little bit. That doesn't say Messenger Kids. That says Messenger, which means then all of Facebook Messenger's open, but you're not allowed to have a Facebook account that's banned. So how do you get a Messenger account if you don't have a Facebook Messenger account?
There's probably something we don't know about that because, like, when I had to get Facebook, the Facebook app didn't have Messenger. Messenger app works different, and my Facebook messages weren't showing up on Facebook, but they'd only show up in Messenger. So it is actually two separate things. It's a different
Yeah,
app.
but it's the same thing. Yeah.
But they don't work together sometimes. Like I was missing very important messages from people, like the people I only use to contact on Facebook. So if they message me on Facebook, it's really important, and I wouldn't see it on Facebook, but only show up in Messenger.
Yep.
So like that's what I mean. Like there's enough something there, and then again, I think it is like a much bigger distinction of algorithm. The banned things have the algorithms that are maliciously targeting children. Sure, like there's Roblox feed of the popular games and stuff, but Discord doesn't have an algorithm. These messaging apps don't have an algorithm. So like messaging apps being okay, not completely safe for the kids, but once again, I think I can see the actual movement here.
This might sound stupid, especially, sitting here and doing everything that I did as a teenager, but it's almost like if my kid's school had a Discord, that's the logical answer. And when somebody graduates, you get kicked out of the school Discord.
Yeah, that's why I
That
was wondering, like, why is it that we don't just have a Minecraft server curated by the parents? Like, only parents are allowed to be admin. No one else gets whitelisted. It's just for the kids, and if there's an issue, well, then they can tell the parents, and then you go
we
into a little
work
school.
together. Yeah. And it's almost like that community source and the availability for us to work together as a team. Obviously, we all parent differently. Obviously, we're all going to care about different things and stuff like that. And some people may even fucking be boomers and they might not be able to understand like the nuance of playing fucking Minecraft. I fucking get it. But like, that's the logical answer to me is like,
Hmm.
hey, then create communal spaces for the kids to have, not for adults to be a part of at all, and then lock it down completely. That's the logical answer to me. Like, to me,
And then
Xbox
Club Penguin
Live,
goes other while still having predatory issues, so it's impossible.
yeah, but then like Xbox Live is the social media. PlayStation Network is the social media. The game itself is not social media. I completely understand that argument too. It's just hard. Like, in one way you're counting fucking Roblox as social media, but you're not counting it individually always. And that's just it's weird because you're creating exemptions where they don't need to be.
I don't think like a place where you can be social with others is social media. Like AIM wasn't social media.
But under this it would be considered social media because of Messenger.
What does like I think that's but it's if they consider it social media or not.
I almost wonder what like the legal definition of fucking
Well, see,
social
that's me like
media
social
is.
media ban like description or something. Like what do they classify it as? Because there's a way that it can go either way.
Okay, so social media refers to online platforms and applications like Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and LinkedIn that allows users to create and share content, text, photos, and videos, and participate in virtual communities, enabling real time interaction, networking, information, and exchange globally. It's
So
just,
I wouldn't
it's
consider like
interesting.
a chat room to be social media, like the old school chat room idea. Because once again, like you don't have an algorithmic feed, you don't have the full uninhibited exposure and mass things. You had to like find it and then get into like just a smaller thing, which is probably why Discord is safe because it's effectively just boxes of chat rooms.
But then that would also make up the availability for things like and here I am showing my fucking boomerish nature. Then you have the question of like, okay, things like chat roulette and everything else were then technically not social media either, would not be affected by this ban, and I'm sure that they also had negative impacts in that same way.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like,
Well, you can't
yeah,
hit everything that's a danger to children.
exactly.
But
No, I completely.
algorithm, but Instagram is like the most evil, and Twitter is the most evil. So let's do that. Let's do that and not criticize the thing.
Yeah, I'm not saying like criticism. I'm saying like as a whole, it's just like you puzzle pieced your way into a situation where you're not coming out of this squeaky clean, and you could have
Because
been.
that's what the companies have created.
Yeah, no, and I think that that's the biggest issue is the companies totally had a part of that.
Mm-hmm.
The companies were like, "Hey, we're gonna pay this, so you don't fucking say anything." Like,
Well, not even that. It's just 1,000 people decide to be evil and prey on children. You can't find all of them.
like Meta is split on here. How does that even work? Facebook, Instagram, and Threads are banned. Facebook Messenger and WhatsApp completely acceptable. Doesn't make sense. Like it's just not one to one. And that's the part where it's like, okay, I don't understand. But like, there's comments on here. Keeping Discord and Roblox exempt defeats the entire point. Yeah, I kind of feel that way.
It doesn't
Roblox
defeat the
exempt.
entire point.
There's more predators on Roblox than all of the others combined.
That's a
Well,
fucking
that's not
lie.
true. You're just
Mm.
being exaggerative on purpose. Do these idiots really believe that kids are stupid? Really, the kids will find thousands of ways to work around this ridiculous social media ban, and will make endless fun of the stupid adults who
And
try
that
to
gets cracked
enforce it.
down, then they actually get punished.
Yep. Like,
Yeah, that go away real quick if the cops start showing up at parents' doors and be like, "Timmy made a tweet. Not in trouble yet, but we're gonna talk to him."
and it's not even that I agree with that shit either. Like, I don't. I don't agree with the fucking shit that's going on in the UK. I don't agree with any of that shit.
I
Like, that
agree with
shit's
it if it's happening
bad.
to minors. Yeah, like free
Yeah.
speech. You shouldn't be able to because I think UK has the most like arrests for social media posts this year, and it's some staggering amount, like 30,000.
It's fucking insane. The fact that we're arresting for social media posts but not actually protecting kids is fucking mind blowing.
Despite over 12,000 arrests for online speech, UK says they are upholding the right to free speech. So yeah, it's 12,000 arrests. Wow.
And if I remember correctly, a lot of them are just the argument of, oh, this protest is bad, therefore it's
Well,
hate
it's
speech.
why is this person that SA like this immigrant that
Yeah.
SA'd someone only getting 5 months community service? That's an outrage, and then they go to jail for a year for saying that, and then that causes another person to say this is an outrage, and that's another arrest, and the
The
chain
other,
continues.
the craziest one that I saw when PKO was just talking about this was this dude came over to the United States and stayed in Florida for like a week and decided to go out on a gun range one day and shared like 5 or 6 pictures on his social media from his day at the range. He took pictures with him standing by the guns and been like, yeah, cool dude, and everything else. This dude was arrested. Like, it was from like 2 or 3 years ago, and he gets arrested this year and dealt with this year on these pictures and everything else. And it's like he's not inciting violence. He's not saying, "Oh my god, I'm going to do something." He's not saying
Mm-hmm.
anything like that. He's just posting pictures from a fucking trip. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, I don't grasp it. I don't understand. I just at some point there's overreach. And that's the problem is regardless of what side you're going to be on, whether you're right or left, there is going to be such significant overreach on both sides. Dude, you can't just sit here and accept that your person you guarantee is going to do it perfectly.
Yeah, but the
Like,
problem is without enforcement, then we get like treason, fraud, like we're seeing in Somalia, or not. Well, actually, yeah, Minnesota is Somalia now, anyways. Little
yeah,
Somalia.
exactly. Dude, I watched like 4 minutes of a fucking video that this I want to get his name. Hold on. I just followed him on Twitter. But this dude started like exploring the shit going on in Little Somalia, and he is absolutely fucking exploding. Nick Shirley.
Mm-hmm.
And he is like exploring the shit that's going on in fucking Minnesota, and it is so fucking heartbreaking.
Yep.
Especially like being a parent. And this is the more frustrating part of this. If I was going out and I had to work a 40-hour work week, my fiance had to work a 40-hour work week, my ex had to work a 40-hour work week, and we have 3 kids inside of fucking daycare and everything else. I don't think people genuinely understand how much that fucking costs. It's almost not beneficial to have a job at that point
Yeah.
because of how much it fucking costs. That's why a stay-at-home mom or a stay-at-home dad is a thing. Because it's fucking expensive. It's like $700-800 a month for one kid.
Mm-hmm.
And then you multiply that, it just gets worse. And it's just like, no, that's not taking care of my kid fees. That's legitimately just like, oh, no, kid gets to go be babysat by a teacher that decided to leave school today. It's just like, what the fuck? And then you have these fucking daycares taking in millions of dollars and still not even having kids in them. It's like, what in the actual fuck is this? And some of them, their marketing is so bad they can't even spell their fucking signs correctly.
Yeah. The Leaning Center.
Yeah, you probably watched the same exact video. This chick that walks up and starts screaming, "ICE is here, ICE is here, ICE is here." So that way they don't open the door. And it's just like, we are so fucking retarded. We're so ignorant. Like, the entire world wants to be so fucking ignorant to like actually understanding what the fuck is going on.
Well, I think that's because the corruption has gotten so insane. It's been so insane for so long. It's like, no, it's fake. Like, this has to be wrong. It is impossible that a system like our government could allow this, that America can have this inside of it without it getting punished in any way. It's like there's something we have to be missing. This guy has to be lying. He has to be pulling some kind of strings or a little bit of magic because this is impossible levels of fraud. But no, it's real. And then like at that point, it's like, well, it's so unreal. You can't believe it. Even like the people that want to believe. I've just said this many times. Like even like the most racist person couldn't make up half the things that have happened or come out in just the last 2 years. It's like they were importing ineligible, like that was literally the visa program. The parole program was what it was called. Otherwise ineligible immigrants. They just actually dropping off tens of thousands of Haitians where they're having where like a drug lord took over the country in an insurrection. Those people are getting $3,000 a month benefits by the tens of thousands. Like, where's that millions going? While there's a vet on the street that's dying, and the citizens, the people that have needed help, are the ones not getting it. Instead, it's going to all these immigrants that then immediately corrupt the system and steal as much money as possible. That cannot be real, even in like again the most fanfic of the craziest person living in Mississippi.
And like the shitty part is I think I'm not going to say all Americans. I'm going to say most Americans genuinely sort of even sickly understand it. You understand fighting for yourself. You understand trying to like if you have to fuck everything in this situation, at least I'm going to make sure everybody in this house is okay. When you're living for your life, when you're fighting for your fucking life, it's fucking hard. It's like, I'm not saying that they are shitty people. I completely understand where that argument would be made. But I understand what they're doing. But at some point, dude, you didn't need $40 million to go to fucking daycares.
That's me, but they're not doing it. None of this money is going to the people that need it, even the immigrants. And we also see that with what's happening in California, where they have like a $3 billion homeless budget, and homelessness has only gone up because they're just stealing all the money.
Well, not only that, we saw this with the Nickelodeon actor. I forgot it. I keep wanting to say Nick, but I don't think it's Nick. But that story's fucking heartbreaking as a whole. But it's like, okay, so the newest update on it, and I might paraphrase something. So if I don't say something correct, shoot.
There's a crazy update every day from this kid.
Yeah, no, and it's heartbreaking because I don't understand exactly how the fuck to feel about it. And that's the shitty part is like you genuinely just don't know. It's like, dude, I want him to get help, but oh my god, he's getting help. Oh my god, he's fucking everything up, and it's just like, dude, I understand so many different emotions in this situation, but it's like, they can't legally enforce him to get the help that he needs. Was the newest update? I was like, they're just he left the hospital, he refused rehab, and now he's back living on the street when people paid for him to go to rehab. And it's just like, how where does that correlation work? I don't get it.
That's not empathetic. That's not a progressive thing. But for some reason, these liberals that have no life experience, that don't understand anything about the world, they're just like, but that's the thing to do. We can't involuntary what's the second word there?
Involuntary commit.
Yeah, we can't do that to them. But it's like, but if you don't, then they die on the streets of a heroin overdose. Like, what? How is your brain that fucking broken?
I don't know. It's so hard and so complex. I had this exact conversation with somebody who does rehab shit and everything else as their job. And I told him, I was like, I don't agree with free needles. Like, I don't agree with enabling the actions and everything else. Just like I don't agree with this. Like, the dude's asking enough for help to get help, but like refuse help whenever it extends past.
No, he didn't
what
ask
he's
for any help
willing.
from what I could see. Like, people just found him, was like, this guy needs help. And then in the moment, he's like, yeah, sure, man. And then you just, whatever's mentally ill with him and needs to be addressed against his will, because he has none anymore. It's just the drugs talking.
Well, the answer of what happened in that fucking hotel room is fucking insane. But I want to ask you this: do you feel like these people, not obviously you can't say all, but do you feel like some of these people actually have good intentions? that are recording him or recording people like this and recording giving
I
people
want to say
money.
all from what I've seen in this specific case. That I hate when people are like, oh, imagine turning on a camera instead of helping or trying to farm him for engagements. Like, no, that's the most you can do. We would have never heard about this. He would have never gotten fractions, 1% of the support and outpouring and people trying to help him if it wasn't for just random people going like, isn't that the guy from Ned's Declassified? I'm going to talk to him. And then it's like, yeah, man, that's me. And then like pulling out the phone and getting those views. And then you're also seeing where it's like, you handed him $20, handed him $50. It's like, this isn't just farming someone that's struggling for the kicks and the lulls and the likes. These are people that are making these videos because they care. They find this to be an absolute disgrace and a tragedy, and they want something done about it. But what can I do? If I find a stranger homeless person on the street, regardless of who they are, I have no right, I have no capacity to do anything proper. Especially in California, you can't be like, "Yo, cops, this guy needs help. You going to come over? Yo, thanks." There's no civic duty you can perform in California. So the most you can do is post on social media and be like, "Fucking someone help this guy," because I can't, but maybe all of us together can. So that's why I think, like,
I,
in this, it seems every video about this is good intention, even if it makes him look weird, or even if it has these things.
like
Like, that's because that dude's fucked up.
the negative reaction to that the dude Cookie from Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide did, where he's like he got him food, he got him an outfit, he got him a hotel room and everything
Mm-hmm.
else, and they're like he did it for the clout. I was like, motherfucker, that dude. If we're talking about people that know him,
Mm-hmm.
other than his drug dealer, the homie he might hang out with that he does drugs with, and like a girl that he dated for like 6 months, that might be one of the few people that know this dude. Like genuinely know this dude.
Yeah.
And like if he doesn't care about him, then I think more negatively about him for not doing anything at all. Like, and
Exactly.
that's
Like,
just
oh,
me.
he hasn't been a star in a long time, so this is how he gets attention against. Like, you're actually a fucking idiot that has no friends. Like, you don't have any relationships if that is what you think from seeing the help he has tried to accomplish. Like, but if he was a real friend, he wouldn't have let him get in this position. That's not how real life works either. A friend can just drop off. You don't see them for a while. And also, are you expected to be childhood friends with everyone? I spent more time in school with classmates, especially the same people like third, fourth, fifth grade, all the way, some even into middle school, where even though we split up into different parts of the district, I've had people 10 years I was in school with him every fucking day for hours a day. And I never they could be homeless. I wouldn't know. If I saw them, I'd try to help as much as I could. So yeah, like if you're in a whirlwind of child acting, you see him for 3 shoots a year because he was maybe he got more because he was like a side character compared to the main character. So the amount of interaction he's had with him, maybe a couple parties, maybe a little bit of following up after. But it's not like this isn't his best friend that he watched this happen, then went social media points.
Yeah,
He went,
exactly.
"Oh
And
my
it's
god, I used to know that guy and I was friends with him and I want the best for him." And he ran out to help as much as he could, put his reputation everything online, and then dude just shits on it cuz he's mentally ill from the drugs.
and the shit that and I don't know if these are jokes or like actually what happened, but from what I heard, the hotel manager called him and was like, "Hey, we found the hotel room that you purchased. The door was left wide open. We're not sure why. Nothing was removed, surprisingly. But
The
there was a
microwave was thrown in
microwave
the
in the
toilet or
bathtub."
the bathroom, yeah.
Okay, so I'm not crazy. I was like, maybe I heard this and it was a
So
joke,
it
but
wasn't that
like,
things were stolen, they were just destroyed,
yeah,
which is
like wasn't
effectively a loss.
the 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 refrigerator was turned on its side, the microwave was in the bathtub, and the bed was taken off the bed frame or something like that.
He fucked
And
that
it's just
place up,
like
which is like impressive.
it's like what the now that like inhuman jokes come out, you know what I'm saying? It's like, did he just want to lay on the floor so that way he felt comfortable?
No, he didn't. He left. He found the streets, the cold streets, more comfortable.
But you see what I'm saying? It's like, okay, so if you didn't want to be there, why accept it?
Well, I mean, but that's just mentally ill. Like, if you're talking with someone, you'll do anything. I saw a video where, like, he was fiddling with some kind of trinket in his hand, and the guy came up and was like, "Yo, here, man, get yourself something nice. Here's some money to help out with your situation. And he kept trying to like give him the trinket. He's like, yo, God bless you, thank you so much. Because like if you're receiving help in that moment, or if you're just fucking high out of your mind, everything is a novel, beautiful experience. And
Yeah,
then yeah, he kept like trying to give this weird thing he was fiddling around with. The guy's like, no, just the money's free. But he was still being overly gracious. So like, yeah, if you're, and also again, it gets to the point where a lot of homeless people, they don't have any value for things, so they'll take
exactly.
in the moment. And I've talked about the Chipotle story with dude just like got a bowl and 10 sides of everything and then didn't even thank me and just walked away. And that was like, that was $20, but for that he could have gotten like a week's worth of food. Instead he has like a day and a half of overpriced bullshit. I just wanted him to have something nice. It's like in the moment, like they'll just take and they'll be happy and they'll be gracious of it, but then they tweak, and now they're in a hotel room that they didn't pay for, they have no responsibility to, and they can do whatever they want, whatever the drugs tell them. That microwave, that doesn't belong there, it belongs in the bathtub for some reason. And then the bed frame, that's out of place, so you got to kick it over.
And it's just like, now I'm starting to agree. Involuntary fucking
Confinement.
confinement might have been the
See,
answer.
now you lost the word, so it's not just me, I'm not crazy.
So I was gonna say admittance, like you're being
See, that was
admitted to a
I was like
hospital and
struggling
stuff
with
like
the
that.
correct
But I was
word.
like, that doesn't sound like it's right,
Yeah, I was like,
because you don't want them put in a
internment.
hospital. You want them put in a fucking psych facility, but like still the same thing. Whatever. But like,
We just open the asylums. Like that is the first person that needs to go in an asylum. Every person that's in a tent in California needs to go to an asylum. I don't care.
Don't make it a permanent thing. Make them have to get clean.
No, we need to like permanently keep the asylums open for all these people for any future issues.
I'm not saying the asylums aren't permanent. I'm saying like their stay is permanent. Like make it the new thing. Like go get the help that you need, get put back on your feet. Don't make it the big scary place where you get put in a padded room in a fucking straitjacket that everybody fucking saw on Nickelodeon and all these cartoons and everything else. Make it the place that actually fucking helps
that's
you.
Not,
Oh,
that's
absolutely.
not real.
But like, think about it. When you think asylum, that's the first thing you picture, and then the second thing you picture is JFK's sister who got a fucking bat lobotomy. And it's like over in the back fucking window in a wheelchair.
Yeah, and the problem is there are some people that are like just that unwell that they need straight jacket, padded room stuff. And I have a friend that worked in an asylum for minimum wage in Seattle, and they have the most horrific stories imaginable. And it's just like, what are you supposed to do with these people? But then some of them, it's like, and then what happens if they don't get cured? We put that Nickelodeon kid in an asylum for 2 years, and then he just runs back out on the street and does the same thing. What do you do then? Because that's unpleasant.
Well, you can't think of him by himself, because it doesn't work like that. This is now at least the third or fourth Nickelodeon kid where we've watched their entire fucking life implode.
But it's not just Nickelodeon. It's just every homeless person in California is having the same thing. It's heroin. Whatever heroin does to people.
Oh, absolutely. I'm just saying, like, there's more here than just that. Like, there is the mental illness from whatever the fuck they dealt with.
I mean, but also whatever. Like, the only reason that didn't happen to Charlie Sheen is because he made too much money to end up on the streets.
Or he had just a little bit of self-determination.
Yeah, he actually just had tiger's blood.
He wanted the blowjob before the jacuzzi.
And
that's the only difference. He never got to the jacuzzi. That's all it is.
That Charlie Sheen Joe Rogan episode was fucking incredible.
I have not watched all of it yet.
That is as a must watch to see what happened to that and how, like, yeah, like some people are just different. That's how you get a Wolf of Wall Street, where it's like, yeah, you can still do hookers and blow all day and not go homeless insane, but it's still not good for you. So like it's a coin flip. 10% chance you still make it, 90% chance you turn into that.
It almost feels like, so there's 50% of the world that absolutely cannot touch the stuff at all, or they become addicted and they're fucking, I don't want to say useless, but like they become a extreme negative for where they normally would have been.
I'm about to say useless sounds nicer than negative. Detriment.
Okay, hold on. we got PJ. Let's get him added.
There we go. Now
Fuck
we're
the
live.
last topic. We'll go back to that at some point.
What?
PJ.
I want to know what PJ thinks about it, but you also have topics for him.
Yeah, no, I had the big one, and I think everybody kind of wants PJ's response to this one. Is it's FaZe Clan fucking imploding.
Oh.
And I know you're going to be like careful because of all your friends and stuff like that. I totally respect that part. So I want you to know that part. Like, completely respect it full-heartedly. But I do want to know your opinion. I want to hear your thought process and hear what you think's going on.
Okay, so obviously, like, FaZe Clan imploded, everything fell apart. A couple of the streamers were leaving, then everybody left, and the last few days, just it's been insane, right? We see every single member has left. The entity on social media is no longer following anybody. Banks came out with his statements about everything, and I think the problem to me, from what I see, and there's so many little like nooks and crannies that we can get into, but I think a big thing is that anytime you bring in guys that are not part of the original people that built something, they don't have the same respect and love for it, right? So from my understanding, I'm still waiting for more people to talk on it and like kind of get some of the little like the bits and pieces out, right? But what it seems like is that they brought in these new guys, and you know, the way that it happened is that Banks got this big amount of money from the guy who owns DraftKings, brought it in, and now the DraftKings guy wants to get like a recoup on his money. He wants the ROI to be better, so they're like trying to come in and get a percentage from all the guys who are involved in FaZe Clan, but it really never works that way. You know, that's just how it is. And the guys who are new maybe don't feel like they owe it to, you know, give him 20% of their revenue. Brand. That's kind of what it is. And unfortunately, you know, whenever and I've dealt with this, you know, I've been doing the social media thing forever. If you're not the person who built the business, and just in real life as well, my dad has owned multiple companies. Anytime you get investors to come in, they don't, or new people to come in, they don't have the same love for the brand and respect for the brand that you do. So you're never going to get that like return on investment. Like Banks would, I would imagine that Banks and Temper and Apex and all these would like metaphorically give their life for the brand. You know, these new guys are not that way. So they're not going to give up 20% of their revenue. That's not going to happen. The money that you see injected into esports and injected into the social media thing, it's not the same as injecting it into a normal brand that has all these streams of revenue where you're going to make all that money back immediately. It's kind of like a different thing. Like the brands all have presence and they have attention, but they're not maybe creating the money that these business guys think, where they're like, oh, we'll give you 30 million and we'll make 90 million this year. It's not really that way, you know? And so,
well, I think they also bring this business mindset into something that's not treated as like a normal B2B business.
Yeah.
Like when you run a business and you're running the back end of this and you're bringing people together and you're bringing sponsors and you're bringing money to the space, you are absolutely entitled to get money back from those eyes. And that's what a lot of these things are, is like, okay, so you create this level of content and you have an ad placement and a sponsorship. If you put a name before your name on your thing, which is what FaZe Clan is, yeah, it's a group of friends and everything else at the beginning. But when you're bringing in people and they're like, hey, we're going to get fucking Porsche to sign with you this year, but you have to, you know, pay back into this pot so that way we're all taken care of. Like, to me, logically, and this is where I'm kind of lost. Like, logically, that totally makes fucking sense.
Yeah.
Like, we all pay into the pool. We all take out of the pool. We all get fucking sponsors. We all get paid back here, here, and here. And you, FaZe Clan, get a cut of that because you're bringing all these eyes to us.
Correct.
Yeah, why is anyone upset? Why? It's like, oh, it's 20% gone, but you get an extra 20K in new sponsors because, like, you have DraftKings now, and you have the connections of that investor to now explode your brand even further. It's like, but I don't want, you know, 20% is a big number. It's like, but you're not getting the amount to be extracted from without that brand. Like, just contribute to it. I don't understand. I guess everyone just kind of came in like with the idea again, because I think it's more the new people than the investor in this case, which is rare. But these kids just came in like, well, I'm FaZe now, so I can do whatever I want. You know, we're just this cool guy making all this swag stuff, whatever. And it's like, but that's not it. You actually need to be dedicated to the brand and not the money. But all these new guys just want the money. That's what FaZe the money brand, yo.
Then, bro, 100%. And then, like, you think about, I believe it was maybe Tommy who said this. Temper had said if they were going to do this deal, they should have done it immediately. They should have, when they signed them, they should have told them, hey, 20% of the revenue has to go back. You can't come in afterwards when these kids are all making millions of dollars and then say, now we want it.
At the beginning. Like, and that might be misinformation. I believe I got it from Drama Alert. Keem, thank you, buddy. I'm like 80% sure that's where I got it. I could go look for it. But I heard that the contracts were sent at the beginning when they received FaZe at the beginning of the year. And then they're coming at the end of the year and they're like, you guys didn't sign. And they're like, okay, bye. And it's just like, that's not how business works at all.
This whole social media thing is like a Wild West. Like I probably have made hundreds of thousands of dollars without ever signing a contract, you know? Yeah. And so I think that like, unfortunately in this world, and my dad yells at me all the time for this. He's like, Pat, you got a contract with these guys? I'm like, no, but they PayPal'd me 40 grand. So I'm going to do what they asked, you know, like there's so much like, you know, verbal contracts that happens. And there's so much like, we sent you the contract as long as you get it signed within 6 months, blah, blah, but things change. Social media is really the Wild West of all this. And like, it's sad to see, especially when you have guys like, you know, Adapt and Rug and Apex leaving the brand. It's just sad, but FaZe was never, like, to me, FaZe was never the corporation, right? FaZe was always the group of kids with a crazy dream that played games together. We're all squatting up in Call of Duty. And that's what FaZe is to me. Like, it's like, it represents, like, this logo represents something more. It's not a brand or a corporation.
Yeah.
It represents like the whole like FPS gamer genre, you know?
Exactly.
So you got to have people who understand that. And I mean, I don't know how FaZe recovers from this. Obviously, like FaZe Esports is a separate entity, so they're still continuing with FaZe Esports. But FaZe Clan itself, with the content creation side, I think that Banks did like, here's the thing with Banks, is he did a phenomenal job at reviving the brand, like the FaZe Clan brand. Awesome job. On the business side, obviously there was issues, but I don't know where they go from here. I'm a little nervous, you know? I don't know.
I'm hoping for, like, this might just need to be, like, the consolidation to come back bigger and better than ever. Especially, like, now you found the bad actors. You found the people, like, I'm making millions, but I don't want any cut taken from me. It's like, but that, bro, the phase of the beginning, when you were practically doing it for free, or if you got a $5,000 brand deal, that was, like, the most unimaginable amount. I make $1,000 playing a video game, and now people are turning down a $50K contract because, like, oh, you'll take 20%. It's like, you can't have that.
Bro, I think that's so adorable that you said a $50K contract.
But I'm just trying to even, like, reduce it down where it's like, if they were only making that, this is still disgusting.
Dude, these deals, the money, like, I mean, Banks said it himself, but these guys all have made millions of dollars each this year. You know what I mean? Like, these contracts are massive and money is massive. And anytime money happens, greed gets involved and people want their cuts and all this stuff. And
they would never unfortunately, that's how it is. To that without FaZe. And then they're being like this.
Especially, like, if you look at what FaZe Swag posted, he said, hey, as a whole, guys, we're sitting here watching these people supposedly have 20,000 viewers live. 20,000 concurrent live, which is mind-blowing for 99% of streamers. Yeah. And then, you know, these people only have 100K subs. These people only have this many eyes on them, and yet they're getting 20K supposedly. And we've dropped from sponsors to go to Four Loko from fucking Porsche and Samsung. And it's
and like, McDonald's.
Yeah. It's like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know how this gets fixed. I'm not entirely sure. But you know, obviously I love the boys. I came up like, bro, I was like an OG Call of Duty creator as well. I was like one of the biggest in the COD scene for a long time. I'm very tight with FaZe Clan, as you know. Like, I was basically like on and off sleeping on their couch for months at a time. Like, those guys are like family to me, you know? So, and also this is something that's been around for so long. Ever since YouTube got popular though, all of us guys who just did it for the love always have had problems with like the investors and the corporations and all this. And this is like, it's at a big scale, but it's nothing new. So I do believe that it can figure out today or tomorrow or in a month from now, but I think that it will get figured out, you know?
Yeah. I don't know how we get back to that though, because like that genuine in it for the love of the game is gone. And the problem is, like, when that happened, like, I peaked in 2016, 2017. So I was even like, if you took a sponsor, your audience hated you.
Oh yeah, bro,
like,
trust.
You couldn't take the bag at that point. And then it's like, you just had to do it for the love and the ad revenue and maybe a couple donations here and there. Yeah. So then, like, that felt like I fell off mostly. Again, I told you about the dislike botting and weird censorship stuff. So it's like that fell off right as like the money came in, and it's just like, dang, that's unfortunate, but
brother,
you had no other choice.
Yeah, you and me are the same guy because like I started YouTube in I started consistently in 2009 and 2010, but I was making YouTube videos for like Super Smash Brothers and stuff like since 2007 or something.
Yeah.
So I've been around since forever. I was streaming when it was just in TV, and I was always really popular before all the money came in. Same with TikTok. Like I got really popular on TikTok in 2019, like before it was big. So I was making good money, like 30 grand a month, 35 grand a month. But it was before, like if I was getting the same views now as I was then, I would be making freaking 500K a month.
Yeah.
You know, so like we really peaked a little too early. Even the boxing thing, right? I was on the first events doing this stuff. I was telling people this is going to be the next wave. And now you got Jake Paul fighting Anthony Joshua and Mike Tyson and all these guys. So like maybe we got good vision, but maybe just a little bit early.
Well,
so
that was the only way to grow back then. Like the algorithm was organic. Things weren't evil back then. So it's like if you were just a cool dude doing the game you enjoyed and not trying to oversell it, that was how you got popular. But now you have to be a scumbag. You have to only be in it for the money and manipulate everything along the way to grow.
You have to exaggerate, Mr. Beastification. You have to have Nike as a sponsor, otherwise you suck.
And I can't do that, so I can't survive in the environment, even though the old environment was just so much better. And now that's why I'm also mad. I got that chip on my shoulder of just like, bro, these people, they only do it for the money. They only care about the money, and they only get rewarded for it. Where's the actual genuine content creator setup that is fair now? It's not fair.
No, 100%. You know, and like it's so funny because my girlfriend is like 6 years younger than me. And 6 or 7 years younger than me. So she like grew up in the YouTube age, whereas I grew up and then YouTube came out. And so like for me, I was doing it for the love of the game. And for her, she's like knows that there's like money involved. So she has a different kind of viewpoint on it. And we talk about it kind of a lot, like the difference in the viewpoint. And like, she's dang, how are you getting like this many views and you didn't make any money and you were still doing it? I'm like,
that would hurt me. It's like, because it wasn't about the money.
Yeah. It's so fun to talk to her because she has a really good mindset about the creation of stuff. Like she's super creative girl, like very smart. And so like I kind of just bounce off of her sometimes to like figure it out. But it is insane to me that I was polling, bro, the views that I was getting back then, if I was getting them today or, you know, I was just a little bit too soon, like on the way. Instead of making 30K a month, I probably would have been making honestly like 300,000 a month.
Yeah,
because the sponsors were garbage back then too. They're like, hey, can we sponsor your video that's going to get 4 million views? And I'm like, sure. And they're like, well, we got $300. Are you down? I'm like, yeah, like that's all.
Like I said, it was like $1,000 for playing video games. That's
crazy. It's crazy.
G Fuel just sent me 2 tubs when I was getting 100K a video,
bro. And you know what? 100K a video for two, like nowadays, if you were getting that, you're making like so much money, like. You're probably getting like 5K a video.
It's like I don't want to hear about the $5-10 RPMs. Please no.
No more 10% commission, please.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I'm too big for this, man. And now, like the only like I've been talks with a few different people for my personal brand, and then Happy Punch is about to hit 1 million. And the only talks I have are with people who are offering 6 figures minimum. You know, it's so crazy that like it just. I told everybody it's going to be mainstream. You probably told everybody it's going to be mainstream and nobody listens. And now, of course, here we are, mainstream as heck. Like when I like go out and people recognize me or whatever, like I could probably go out right now. It's New Year's Eve in Las Vegas, right?
Oh yeah.
Or it's about to be. I could probably go. Anybody who's filming a Channel 8 news report would want to talk to me because I'm connected to like the Jake Paul fights. You know what I'm saying? And back in the day, they're like, what do? You make videos on YouTube? We don't even care. It's just so weird how things change, you know?
Well, it's so mind-blowing because I remember the first time that me and you had a conversation. We talked for like an hour after we were done recording the podcast.
Yeah.
We just like wanted to understand the game even better, and you were one of those people that just wanted to have the conversation. And I thank you so fucking much for that shit. And you're like, Zach, you're asking for $100 when they could be spending $1,200 every single month guaranteed. And I remember making so much sense. And I'm like, whoa, I don't fucking get it. But like, I was explaining that to my fiance the other day, because she's like, dude, how does Facebook pay you so little? I was like, because it's per 1,000 views, this 1,000 views equals this amount. And she's like, oh, so these videos that have millions of views, actually make money? I said, yeah. If they're actually partnered, getting partnered on Facebook, fucking impossible. No idea. But like, she's like, oh, that's how that works. I'm like, yeah. Yeah, it's not one to one. It's completely directly tied to what you do and who you are and everything else. And it's so weird to watch other people's perception of this shit because people are like, oh, you guys talk into a microphone about absolute nonsense and bullshit every single day of your life. And it's like, sorta, but also not.
Yeah.
I don't think you understand how calculated I am about absolutely everything I do, including the words that I stick into this fucking microphone, even on like my worst days. Because you have to be as perfect as you possibly can be. Otherwise, nobody fucking accepts it.
No, for sure. And it's, you know what? So I think that I've had so much stuff happening this year, like behind the scenes, doing a bunch of things. And like, I'm pretty sure that starting next month, I'm going to start streaming again. It's going to be my thing. I'm going to just start live streaming. And like, I have all the credibility. I have to build my audience again because I was pulling like I was averaging like 1K concurrent, but I was, peaking at like 4K 2 years ago when I was streaming on TikTok. So I'm going to start streaming again. And now I have all these offers because I've been talking to my friends and my friends that own companies. I have multiple offers. Like I have a gambling company that just offered me $250K a year if I gamble for a couple hours a week on stream. And it's like, these numbers are impossible, like absolutely unheard of. For me, it's just so amazing that it can happen this way. And I'm happy that I'm still involved. And then I have, I was supposed to fight on this Andrew Tate versus Chase Demore fight. I was probably going to make like, with my sponsors and everything, probably ballpark like 450 grand, from a fight, it's so insane. And so that got moved. So I'll be fighting in, I think March or April instead. And I'm going to be doing my first MMA match. And so that's going to like give me a huge boost. And then I'm going to be streaming. And I think that building my audience should be easy because I'm like one of the guys who's been around forever. So once people realize who I am and who I'm connected to and everything, I should be able to build the audience pretty well. But I think that's what I'm going to lock in and do this year because there's too much money on the table now. And you know what? Speaking of the thing where you were like $100 and I was like 1,200 and you were like, yeah, my homie, I was just in New York. So sorry. First off, sorry about missing like 4 or 5 podcasts. I was like, I'm so sorry.
I got busy too.
Yeah, bro, I was supposed to do the fight and then it got canceled. And then I went to Germany. Then I went to Amsterdam. I was gone for like 3 weeks. And so I just got back and it's so crazy. But while I was in New York recently, I was talking to one of my friends, and he was like, some company offered him $4,000 for like a few posts or something. And he's like, yeah. So, and he didn't want to work with them. And so he replies, and he's like, I just replied the most absurd thing. I said, yeah, I could do it, but it's gonna be 40 grand. And they were like, okay, we could do 40 grand. And they gave him 40 grand instead of the 4,000. Like, what? Like, it's just so absurd.
Mm-hmm. Well, my thought was like, if I have these views and people want to come to me, they'll understand the market and they'll just be like, "You're doing well. Here's 5K," and I'll just be, "Yeah, sure." And but then I hear about these stories where like some dude's like, "Oh yeah, they gave me $1,000 for this one Twitter post." I look at 10 likes.
Bro, dude, the Twitter stuff right now with gambling, especially, is insane. Like the gambling deals that I hear my friends get, and I'm like, bro, I have multiple friends that are smaller than I am, by like significantly smaller in follower count, that have $1 million deals with gambling companies. Like the money now that companies recognize how much revenue creators can push, or like how good it is to have attention on you or eyeballs on you. Now I think that people are getting more of a fair shake of the amount of money that you should be getting.
Yeah, my numbers in 2016 were crazy. Like I'm the Pokemon guy. I was the #1 largest Pokemon YouTuber, and I got 16 million views in a month.
Yeah, I was doing about the same. I was doing about 15 million a month.
I was actually huge, and then I had 0 sponsors.
Bro, and with inflation, 15 million views a month back then. What is that today with inflation? It's got to be like 100 million views. Like if you translate to nowadays views,
I feel like it's more like deflation because views feel more valuable since it's a lot harder to get them in the algorithm.
No,
like
for
if you're getting 5 million and then a sponsor comes on top of that, that's like having 50 million back in the day.
Yeah. So I'm agreeing with you. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying like getting 10 million back then is like getting 100 million now. Like with the inflation, you know what I'm saying? Like to have that amount, to get 15 million views a month or 16 million in a month is absurd, unheard of. back in 2016. Unheard of. You know?
No, that's what you meant. I was thinking like from the value, like the value's inverted, but the views have definitely inflated.
Right.
And also shorts. Shorts cheat because you go on Social Blade. It's like, how's this guy getting 50 million views a month? And it's 90% shorts. It's like, nah, that's you cut that down by like 10%.
Shorts are incredibly easy.
I'm sorry, Zach, that all of our views are shorts.
No. I've worked my ass off. Last month, we got 250,000 views just on YouTube and Instagram. That to me, knowing what the numbers are for like top podcasts in the world, dude, the fact that we're top 1% in podcasts for views as a whole is fucking mind blowing. I fucking love it. Especially when, you know, when I started this shit fucking 5 years ago now, I was coming off a neck injury, looking at having a 20% chance of life or death. And like, being like, dude, if this works and I'm able to make up enough money so that way I'm able to live on a minimum wage, everything will be okay. I'll figure it out. And now, like, being anywhere even remotely close to these conversations to me is fucking mind blowing. It's weird.
It's crazy. And you know what? The only thing, I think consistency and just continuing to do it is so important. And it's something that I've kind of, I mean, I have so much going on, so I want to give myself a little leeway, but I need to be consistent with like, that's why I want to get back to streaming every day and all that. Cause I could clip it up a million times over. Cause even right now, all my personal socials are like pretty dead. I don't post a lot, but even right now, all of my Instagram posts, I only do like 2 posts a month or something, but they all get like 100,000 plus views, you know? So like, that's great. And I'm connected to some massive people, you know, like Logan Paul comes to town, he gives me a call and I go hang out with him. Like, that's crazy. You know?
Yeah. And
I'm joking on like, spit and dying, so pardon that.
Oh, you're good.
And the more interactions and the more people that you have around, like, it just grows and grows and grows. It's exponential. So it's like you get the one homie that just comes and hangs out and everything just goes. And it's just like all you need is that one homie. And it's weird. It's really fucking weird as a whole that that's how this all works, because you don't realize that when you're on the outside. Like, I thought from the outside, it was like, oh, there's no way to break in. You can't break, like, no matter how hard I fucking sit here and grind my nose into the floor, you can't make it. When you really genuinely can. You just have to bring something slightly different.
Yeah, no, I think slightly different. And I think, like, obviously you could do all the viral stuff or whatever, but in general, if somebody wanted to have a job in social media, really all it is pulling up and doing your work for 8 hours a day, do a 4-hour stream, 4 hours of editing and clipping stuff up and post it throughout the, like, you know, the week or whatever it is. All you got to do is treat it like a job. And anybody could actually make, you know, a job amount of money, like a minimum wage job amount of money just from being here.
Yeah.
You know,
and you pay $200 and all of a sudden that 4 hours worth of editing turns into 20 minutes worth of just dropping shit and uploading it. And then all of a sudden everything is done for you.
100%.
It literally becomes so easy. It's literally just knowing what the fuck you have to do. And that's the part I don't think a lot of people understand, is just, it is so, there is more work and energy going into the beginning of this than there is the end of it. The end of it is just exhaustion. That's all it is.
And also, I think a lot of people like suffer, and we all have, like, anybody who creates has suffered from like an overthinking of like, how can I make this video? Maybe I shouldn't do this today. I'll do it tomorrow. Let's do it by the end of the week, blah, blah. Just do it. Just like anything you're putting out, clip it up. Like, as long as you're there consistently, people will find you and be attracted. Even me, like, once I start streaming on a regular basis, I want to start streaming like 5 days a week. And even that is like, if I'm just thinking about it and I overthink it, I'm like, but am I going to have enough content? You always will. Like, you're going to get certain things that pop off or whatever. It's just a matter of doing it. And most people will never do it. And so that's, you already got a leg up, right? You're top 1% just because it's not like you got 1,000 viewers right now or 5,000 viewers right now, but you're top 1% because you're posting. You know, that's what it is.
Yeah. My advice that I've always given, like, I realized this super early on as well, back in like 2013, where people are like, oh, but how did you, like, it was even saturated then, or it felt impossible then. And all my friends, like, you're never going to make, like, my best friends I grew up with through high school that I play games with every single day, they're like, you're not going to make it. And then I make it. And then they're like, well, I couldn't make it. It's like, you just watched it happen. Why don't you do it? So, like, out of all that, the advice I came up was like, just start yesterday.
Yeah.
Like, you should have started yesterday. If you did that, it falls into place.
That's literally all. It's just a matter of doing, like, I could, for example, if I translate to jiu-jitsu, right? I do jiu-jitsu 5 days a week or whatever. There's guys who want to be good at fighting and all this, and they're like, but you're so good. How do I get there? And then there's guys that show up at the gym 5 days a week and they suck, but they're better than the guy who never started. So let's get going, buddy. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Just start, suck for a while, and then you'll figure it out. I started Minecraft. I had, hey guys, we're playing Minecraft, and then it's like, oh, you just talk more. So like that's the weird thing about YouTube is I got a radio voice just from playing Pokemon out of nowhere,
bro. And it translates to so much stuff I could do from that, just from like. This is like, what does it remind me of? It reminds me of like a Sims. What's that thing from back in the day? Is it Roller Coaster Tycoon or something? Like my sister used to play this all the time. And it's like, yeah. And now you know how to manage money because you play this damn like Sims game. And so doing YouTube and building your own business in this world, and like you get the radio voice, you know how to edit, you know how to do this. Like I could probably walk into any casino on the strip and get a 6-figure job a year for running their socials just because I did this myself, you know?
Yeah. And like it's not as complex as you think it is. There's a reason why all of these females are like butt pics on Instagram. I'm gonna get 10K followers. I'm gonna go on a yacht. There's a reason why that's a thought in every girl's head now. Because it's not complex. It's very straightforward. It's take care of myself, post my butt a little bit, and then get messages. It happens. Like it's not hard. It just happens. Yeah, for a lot of other people, it's a little bit harder and a lot more effort, but like it's not as complex as you think it is. And it's not as hard as you think it is. It's just effort in and effort out.
For sure. I've been on yachts and I've barely posted any pictures of my butt. So like it definitely works, you know.
Yours is a beard.
It's a beard.
Totally.
It gets them.
And the kitty ears.
And the cat ears. I seem approachable.
Yeah, I think your cat ears definitely reflects better than his collar. I think if we're going there,
I felt that coming 2 sentences ago.
No, the collar's sexy. I feel like it could be invited on a yacht. Yeah, of course.
I make it work, which is the interesting thing. Where it's just like everyone's just like so weird about, it, but it's like you just have to own whatever you're doing.
100%.
Hi, dog.
Look at that dog. What are your thoughts and opinions on this current state of social media?
I hate.
I was asking the dog. I'm so sorry. He looked like he was going to say something.
No, her thoughts and opinions are about like sleep and treats.
Oh, that's fair. That makes sense.
How does she feel about not getting a treat? Negative.
Yeah. I'm going to dislike this one.
Yeah, but also there's not a thought in that head. She only knows love, and that's it. Just.
Eat and love. Eat and scratch my belly.
So I don't think we'll get a complex take from her anytime soon.
That's fair.
But so, I hate everything. I think the algorithms have gotten like so malicious and evil, and the problem is people don't realize that like I think 90% of people, if you ask them like how the algorithm works, they wouldn't know that if they pause their scroll, it's screen time and screen percentage based. So they're like, oh, I have to comment, I have to click on it, I have to interact for it to affect my algorithm. Nah, if you just half a second to go, wait, what was that? And that's why then the people making the post do the things that are like, they deliberately misspell something. So your brain spends that extra second going like, wait, what? Or they make you mad. Like, it's not even rage bait. It's just, if you pause for that whatever to figure out the stupidity they're posting out, they already won in the algorithm, and it's all manipulated.
It's all
my job is to look as uncalculated and as much of a retard as I can socially make you accept, not to look as intellectual and in-depth as I possibly can, because if I sat here and I perfected everything, you wouldn't stay. You would rather call me an idiot because it's more fun.
Everything has to look uncalculated for it to be. It has to be organized chaos. Yeah.
So I remember back in the day. I don't remember if this was a PKA clip or if it was a fucking Wings upload, but Wings often said, "Hey, I put all of my gaming achievements on my fucking resume. I put 10,000 hours into this game, or I put 1,000 hours into that game. Why? Because it shows your dedication." So I was like, dude, first off, I think that this is bullshit. I don't think that this would ever work and everything else. And I saw a post literally a couple days ago saying that that is absolute bullshit and that it's like 20% or 30% less likely for you to get the job if you post about video games or anything in your resume. But then Verlis fucking sends me this week, and I was fucking blown away by it. How the fuck did this brony go out of his way?
Yeah, you're gonna need to scroll in. That's a resume.
This is a resume.
This is actually a resume, yes.
2 years he worked as a tutor for computer science department. He loves passing on his knowledge and getting every pony excited about computer science. What in the fuck is this?
But
this dude with his brony resume gets a fucking job at Google.
Okay.
What in the fuck is this? How does this stick out to the point where they're like, yeah, this one?
It's creative.
I mean, like, yeah, if you're not immediately offended by it, it actually is like one of those things where like it's creative and it shows a lot of work, and also like it takes skill to build that. It's like, oh, this guy has the ability to do basic editing in Photoshop at least, and also knows how to really compile things while still being talented in computer science.
And it flows well enough. Like, so let me say that part of it. Like, it actually has flow and art qualities and stuff like that.
The pony stats is crazy.
And also, at the very least, you're not throwing that one away. That will force me to read it just to see. And then you go, wait, this guy actually is what we want.
Yeah, so my daughter did a project the other day about Greek gods and goddesses or something like that. And she's like, Dad, my teacher ran up to me and was like, can I save this for next year? I'm like, yeah. This is a resume you save as a hirer. I would always put this on the fucking table as like, which person would you hire? Like, I would love that question. Like, blank out the fucking names and like the contact information and be like, which one of these 4 resumes would you hire? Just to like see the way people's minds work for like their business thought process and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, this dude's the CEO of fucking Google.
Bro, if you're flipping through resumes and you come across this one, you're definitely setting this aside and going, what is going on here, bro? 100%. Even if it's just something where you show other people and you're like, check out this resume this dude sent me. Like, it creates it like an attraction, obviously.
That's the strat.
Yeah, makes you wonder what's going to happen from these Zoomers that like think Skibbity Toilet's hilarious. And you're going to be like, oh my God, going to high school was so Skibbity Riz, Ohio. And then Skibbity Toilet pops out and says, but this person's fucking banging. This is 42069. And they're like, hire this guy. And it's like, what?
I'm going to be honest with you. 42069 probably crushes it with like marketing, you know?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, he needs to be, we got to hire this guy.
I was going to say, though, it's like, that's too brain rot infantile. At least the other one where it's just like, if you don't know what ponies are about, you're just like, all right, this is interesting enough.
Oh my God. Speaking of marketing, I saw that this was fucking like, you know, you'll sit there and see people do fucking stupid shit and you'll be like, oh my God, that's cringe. I saw one of the most wholesome, fucking adorable things ever. It was this mom and her son walking around, and he was getting so excited because his shirt was fucking camouflage. He was like 4 years old, 5 years old. And he's like, Mom, I'm in the army. Look at me. I'm cool as hell. And then they walk into the Cheez-It aisle. And she's like, babe, we're not getting Cheez-Its. He's like, but Mom, this one's big. This one's mega size. We need this one. And she's like, well, I guess the marketing worked on someone. I'm like, fuck. No, that's really where it comes from. Shit. That the little excited kid is where the marketing is supposed to hit. It's not anybody else.
No, it's not the adults. So like basically a few years ago, I was going to do, there was a few of my friends and some of them ended up going through with it. I ended up not because they just went with some other guys. But there was a gaming clothing brand that was launching T-shirts in Walmart, and they wanted me to be on one of the T-shirts, like my brand. And one of my friends who did it ended up, putting their stuff out in Walmart. And then some other girl I knew said that she went to Walmart to get somebody a shirt because her niece wanted it. And so they didn't have the shirts, but the girl ended up spending like $250 on groceries while they're at Walmart. Right. Yep. So like, because the little kid wanted to go to Walmart to get this shirt that ended up not being there, the lady still spent hundreds of dollars. And so like really the marketing needs to target the little kids because they're the ones who drive stuff. Right. That's just how it works.
Yeah. That's how it's worked forever, Zach. It's amazing you're realizing this just now.
No, I did. But like, I guess you kind of second guess it because like as a parent, you're like, nah, we're not buying that regardless. Like the little kid could throw a fit. The little kid can get excited. And in the end, you still make the decision. But goddamn, seeing it like actually in action of like some kid getting excited over not a toy, but fucking how big a mega cheese it is fucking hilarious.
Yeah, little kids are so stupid, bro. I don't know why they fall for that. Me personally, I definitely did not buy a mega size Reese's cup the other day because I was like, yo, it's mega size. It's like this big, bro. I was like, I have to buy this. Yeah, I would never fall for that.
The 2-pound Christmas candies are just the best.
They're the best, bro. I was like, yeah, I'm buying this, bro. It's easy on the human psyche. You know, you're like this, wow, this is ridiculous and out of the ordinary. I'm going to buy this huge thing.
Yeah, and I really like the point you made where it's like, oh, getting someone to the store off of that one product has the trickle effect of like the entire thing. So that's when you wonder, it's like, why would Walmart sponsor this brand? Or like, why is U2's here? It's like, that's because Walmart knows if they put it in the store, that kid is getting their parents to buy another $200 in groceries. It's not only the shelf space of that one product.
Well, you also got to think like where are all the toy aisles at? All the toy aisles are in the back of the store because then the parent has to walk through the store with the kids, right? And then they're walking
milk.
through the store.
Forgot milk.
Oh, we're here. Yeah, I forgot milk. Oh, look, I do need some socks. Blah, blah, blah. That's like how it works. That's the whole marketing thing.
Yep. And that goes back to social media. Like, people don't realize how predatory everything is, how figured it out it is in the background. You are socially engineered at every moment of your life. And if you don't have any understanding, you're the cattle that they want.
100%. Yeah, you're the sheep.
Algorithms do the same exact thing that Walmart does every single 3 months. When last time you went into Walmart, it's the fucking pizza in the same exact place you bought it from last time. I bet you it wasn't. I bet you it's changed 3 fucking times in the past month and they rearranged that store 50 fucking times a year. Why? Because the more time the more time that they make you stay in that store, the more likely you are to spend more money. Just like if it's harder for you to find your favorite fucking YouTuber, not only will you possibly spend more time on YouTube and not go over to Twitch, not go over to somewhere else, but you also might genuinely find another YouTuber that you'll watch more hours of as well. And now you have 2. And now you have 3. And now you have 4. And then they multiply it over and over and over again by feeding you more and more people. It's the same exact fucking thing that we're all fucking socially engineered to accept.
I'm terrified to think of like when they move the pizza, it's like, well, 20% of people that bought pizza bought blank. So we're moving blank in between the pizza while shifting that down. And we're trying to move this product that has a 15% conversion. So we're putting that on the aisle next over. It's like, oh my God, we are so wrecked.
Yeah, it's all such an equation, right? It's all like it's organized chaos. It's all calculated.
Yeah, it is all calculated. And it's like, in the things that you don't think about every day.
We are just data to be harvested.
They're the things
we're just data to be harvested. Is so apocalyptic sounding. Yes.
That's why, bro. I just want to play Pokemon.
We're all
get my 10 million views back.
Right.
Well, it's the same exact shit. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is exactly the fucking same. Everybody goes through and sits here and does all this shit. And they just want to sit here and, explore what the fuck life is. But then they want to sit here and be so crazy and so perfect. It's so surreal, man. It's so surreal.
People are like, man, I'm so miserable. It's like, yeah, it's because you don't realize your free will has been given up a long time ago.
Well, I don't think that they realize genuinely that there's actually.
I saw that wince on your face. It's like, man, bummer.
Bummer, bro. Sorry for my mess back here. I just got back from Germany, so I just threw these are all my jiu-jitsu stuff. I just threw in a pile. So apologies. Look, I still have toothpaste here. Bought
Dude,
toothpaste through right there. Shoot.
I moved my office upstairs, and dude, my house fully hasn't even settled from Christmas. And I moved my office upstairs before Christmas. I completely fucking understand, but I couldn't be next to the window anymore because of my neck and everything. The fucking wind this year has been fucking unreal. So like I recorded the last podcast me and Verlis recorded, it was like -1 with the wind. So I'm like, guess what? Can't be down here anymore. My fiance's like, you're getting your office upstairs in the like extremely heated part of the house and everything else where you can be warm and you're not going to bitch and complain about being in pain. So she's like, you need to move your office upstairs. But like the entire house is in flux now. Nothing's put back together because, nothing ever gets fixed 100% when you're fucking a tism-tard and Christmas is going on. So it's been a month of hell. So I completely understand.
Yeah. All right, guys, I got to go in like 5 minutes.
Yep.
Is that all right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good, buddy.
All right, perfect. If you have any questions about anything,
pretty much it was like we got the FaZe topic.
Yeah, FaZe.
The one thing we were doing before that we can pivot back into, what do you think about the Nickelodeon star that's homeless and everyone's trying to give him help and he's rejecting it?
Oh, well, he's homeless, buddy. Like, and when I say homeless, I'm implying that he's also a little,
definitely
crazy.
on drugs.
I mean, obviously on drugs. Didn't he go, like, they got him a hotel room and all this and he wrecked it or something?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's tough, man. If somebody's, like, in that state of mind, you can't really help them, and they have to want to be helped. And you can't force help on somebody.
Exactly. That's like where we were. We were transitioning into that, so now we can slide right back in.
Yeah, I know. I saw that. And it's like a feel-good story. At first, you feel bad, and then
dude, it was so great. And we were getting mad at the people that are like upset about that. It's like, imagine just filming this guy instead of helping him. Bro, it's California. You legally cannot help them. You have no civic responsibility or duty in California. You call the cops and be like, hey, this homeless guy needs help. They'll be like, what?
What do you need help with?
Yeah. So like the best thing you could do.
Also, like I have a big problem with people who say things like that. Like, I hate it when somebody's like, why would you film yourself giving food to the homeless? Like, I can understand there's a way to do it and not like I have a friend named Mickey Mace and he gives out food to the homeless, but he doesn't film any of them. He just says, this is what I'm doing. And then he maybe like will film him handing food to people without their face involved.
Yeah.
And like, this can only be good because the thing is, you see so much negativity on socials and all that. I think that it multiplies it. Like, if you go out and you give food out, I understand not exploiting them, but also doing it and filming it is actually only good because you're doing a good act and you're inspiring other people to do good acts. It can only be good, And
in this case, it's getting attention. Like, no one would have known how much help this guy needed. Like, his family, his friends, his co-stars found him because of these videos going popular. I think everyone's just like so jaded that like the rest of social media has become fake. The Mr. Beastification, 5-minute crafts trying to tell you to eat toothpaste and glue and stuff. It's like everyone's just like everything's fake and not cool. And then when they see something genuine, they don't trust it.
Yeah, and it's also easy to it's very easy to poke holes in things. It's much more difficult to build something and do something good, right? It's easy to go, hey, you could have been better here or done this better or whatever. But I don't see those people saying you could have done better here. I don't see them doing anything. So
exactly,
something is better than nothing.
They want to tear you down because it's like, well, I haven't done anything productive, and this makes me feel bad because now I'm realizing I don't help anyone. No, you're actually bad because cognitive dissonance reasons.
Like, yeah, it's like this weird like faux superiority complex that a lot of people have from watching videos on the internet. And
so many midwits. I think that's like the just midwits being funneled into social media. They don't realize it. Like, they don't have any profound takes. They don't have anything else.
I like the midwit thing because it's like, you're not a dimwit. You're smart enough to know this, but you're not smart enough to realize the positive.
You're not smart enough to know better.
Right. It's like, when you see the graphs where it's like dumb people, smart people.
Yeah. That's my favorite graph in the world.
Midwits and then super smart people. And it's like,
and the dummy and stuff because like, intuition is the same as complex thought. And then the guy that's like overthinking in the middle, that's like, I think I'm smart, so this is the angle that no one else realized. Like, no, that just makes you the midwit.
Yeah, exactly. I think we all see that.
Cool.
Yeah, no, it's fucking insane. I know this dude, he posts on socials. His name's Zach. And there's another dude, I think, somewhere that like goes and buys like 20 or 30 meals worth of food at restaurants and like just walks around and donates them to the homeless for like shorts and stuff. It's like, dude, that is the best content that we have coming out right now. Like, if we're not looking for entertainment, that at least provides something other than entertainment. It's not just make me fucking stupid.
Right. And like, also, I don't know if you're saying this, but I feel that this is providing something other than entertainment in the sense of even if nobody was to watch that, something positive is being brought into the world either way.
And before you
Well,
go, like I think the key is like genuine philanthropy, because if you give your money to a nonprofit, administration takes 80%. With this, if some guy is making a living, that's getting a couple money, like getting a little bit of ad revenue, and then putting half of the video back into the next meal for a viral TikTok, why are we more upset at him than the organization that's like, oh, we're going to give $1 to every person in Africa, and it's actually 18 cents?
Yeah. Then the guy with the jets that run the charity.
Yeah.
Why you got a private jet,
all
brother?
misguided.
You got a charity, bro.
The guys with that's like, oh, I wish I was making $5,000 giving money to homeless, but I don't know how to build social media.
Why all these guys in California putting billions of dollars into homelessness, and all the dudes running the charities are all multimillionaires or whatever, and they're still homeless?
And there's more.
It's because they make money from it.
Yeah.
Bro.
They're the people to get mad at.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with all these takes. And I wish you guys Merry Christmas. And
Merry
I'll talk
Christmas.
to you next year.
Happy New Year.
And Happy New Year. I hope that it's amazing. I'm about to go to my dad's birthday, have some dinner with him. And then tomorrow I'm going to go wild in Vegas for New Year's Eve.
Have a real one.
Yes. And then I'll see you guys soon. You'll see me fighting MMA on Misfits very soon.
There's the plug.
Absolutely, buddy.
Yes, sir. Happy Punch about to hit 1 million. We're at 999. I'm still stuck at 500,000 followers on Instagram, but who cares? You know, we're all just here. We're having a good time. And we're taking all the money and buying private jets with it, of course.
Exactly. Got to have fun conversations. That's all it's worth.
Definitely. It's good to see you guys.
Absolutely, buddy. Thank you.
All right, boys.
Later.
I don't know how to hang up. Oh, there it is. All right. I love you. Bye.
Close the tab.
Yep. Just close. You're good. There you go. Dude, I love PJ. Regardless of when he comes on, he's always at least a fun conversation. He's been one of the first people that like supported us, and I love having him around. So speaking of absolute fucking midwits, you send me 2 things of people wanting
I've sent
be
you like
unique
10 things of people being wild and stupid.
Yeah, but midwits are definitely a unique take. They're definitely something completely on their own.
That's because they're not smart enough to have the complex abstraction to really figure things out.
But you sent me this, and are my eyeballs enough for you people? Do I have heterochromia? I wish people understood how to Google and understand things a little bit better than what they do, because they don't. So do you know what heterochromia
that's when you have different
is?
color eyes.
Not only. So there's 3 different kinds of heterochromia. You can have 2 different eyes completely. Have you ever seen anybody with that shit?
Yeah. Max Scherzer. He's one of the best pitchers in the world.
Yes. But like some people don't play sports. Some people don't give a fuck. I actually went to school with somebody. His name was Dan. And you know, the only person other than him that I could think of that has this is fucking Anna from fucking Frozen, where she has the like white patch in her hair. She looks like a fucking skunk. Well, Dan had pitch black fucking hair, and he had a white patch like on the side of his head. And it wasn't dyed because it was also in his eyebrow. And then that eye was also a different
It was
color.
weird. There's the kid in high school where he had like one lock that was red, but it wasn't dyed. Like his roots were always red.
Yeah.
And you could see there was like a little mole or like a scar or something. Like, how?
And like it sort of makes you feel uncomfortable. Not because it's fucking weird. Like it's just different. So it like makes you squick down.
I thought it was cool as fuck. But the heterochromia is definitely uncomfortable. I can't look at it's hard to look at someone in the eyes.
Completely split heterochromia is completely uncomfortable because it's hard to figure out exactly if they have a working eye, because some of them are fucking white. Like light blue, and then they'll have a fucking brown eye. And you'd be like, how the fuck does this work? You look crazy. And then there's people where it's like splatches. Like you'll get fucking like a splat on your eye, and you'll have it like white or a different color. And then there's something called central heterochromia, which is where the center of her eye, if you look here, I'll zoom in. So you see how her eye is like brown around the center?
Yeah, I have that.
Yes, that is called central heterochromia if you have more of a distinct line.
I don't care about, like, it's one of those things where it's just like, it's such a subtle thing that I will not even give that its own distinction. I don't care about the science. Also, the
I
way
know.
you zoomed it in didn't show anything, but yeah.
Nope, it didn't. I'm not looking at the screen because I don't have enough light in here enough to light my face. So I go pitch black if I take away our topics. But whatchamacallit? So central heterochromia is normal. And like if you were ever one of those kids where they're like, oh my God, your eye color changes, that's what you actually have. It's called central heterochromia. And your eyes will shade differently because the color in your eye will move.
Mm-hmm.
I have it. That's the only reason I know. So it was like, oh, people do want to be unique and they want to be cool, but like they legitimately don't have enough of a conversation or concept of what the fuck they're actually saying to be like, oh my God, I actually am cool. Yeah, it is kind of cool.
You're
but
not
like,
special. That's the problem with midwits. They want to be special, but they can't be. They're incapable of
not
it.
everybody's special, guys. Like I remember my entire like childhood, everybody was like, oh, your eyes are blue, your eyes are blue. And sometimes when you wear different shirts, your eyes are green. I remember realizing at like 13, 14, the middle of my eyes are fucking orange and the outside are blue. It literally makes zero sense because orange is not an eye color.
Yeah. Also, I think because everyone wants to be special, because I was like, oh, I'm actually going to go on to r/heterochromia and see like what actually passes there. So I think that's where these people get these ideas where it's just like, oh, I look like this front page one, or I look like one on the post. And then there's another one. What do I have? Blue with lipo. Then you get the technical people. But also, I imagine this is not gate kept, but the midwits took over. No one knows r/heterochromia. So if she like that person became an admin, of course she would give it to herself. And then everyone else that wants to pretend they're special would also say, and then heterochromia is diluted into nothing. Because looking at this, like most of the posts are this.
Yeah. This one right here. Shit, I'm not sharing my screen anymore. This one right here, and I'm hoping that it fucking shows it correctly. That one. That is what I was talking about. See how it's like almost a distinct
I don't even
line in the center?
consider that. Like, if that's just normal color, but like the extra splotches kind of sell it. But like that's just normal. I've seen so many people with that kind of eye color.
See the line? That's that
like
definitely
these people,
is. This is not. You just have blue green eyes, bitch. Like that.
But that white
is special.
That white part means central. And then that's like that's the thing, like people like, oh, they find out about central.
This is because of how like distinct and how
that I'll give that one because like that shows. But if it's like that is the limit. If it's any less than that,
that's the splotchy one.
Yeah.
Remember the one I told you about where it's like a
oh, there's a couple of those. I'll give that.
Yeah.
Or like if you just have like a pie slice cut out that's a different color.
Is fucking not. You're just fucking trying to be special, you fucking weirdo.
It's slightly darker, but not enough.
That absolutely is. It's cool as hell. That's a dog.
That's cat.
Like, you're just trying to get Reddit points. Come on, guys.
That's definitely not.
That's close to having split. Because
see, then like again, you get the weirdos that take over a community and then they redefine it. So that happens.
Like, I wish people actually understood.
That's what I mean with like little pie slice like that. That's a hundo P.
Like, that's kind of cool. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I wouldn't say that it's heterochromia. Yeah, I get that it probably is. Like, logically and like, yeah.
Homo 1.
But it's cool. Like, it's cool as hell. I'm not gonna lie to you. But like, you don't have to have a title for it. Just let it be you.
But then, of course, that gets attention, so now it's gotten even worse, and then it's just a mess. But yeah, that's what. So absolute peak of midwits. But I keep sending you stuff like that all day. Like I said, we need to actually get a list of Reddits to frequently come back to. Yeah. We need to like pin that list somewhere and like lock it in because there's some interesting ones.
Well, I gave you access to the Google Doc, right?
I don't doc.
Okay. Well, come on, man. It feels good.
I'd rather not.
So there was one of these things where I was like, okay, I don't get it. And it could be just because I'm retarded. But I saw this online before you shared it to me, actually, which is even funnier. because that never happens. And there's like only one logical answer of why this would be bad, but I don't understand why it would be bad. So I need you to fucking explain this because I'm a midwit in some ways. So I need you to explain this one. Why is 15 and 16 dangerous?
Oh, I don't know that. Oh, wait. I do know, but I didn't know because, like, that's why you always go into the replies. I don't send you the pictures. I send you the replies, Zach. That's the secret of these posts. See, I didn't know either. I saw that. I'm like, oh, what engagement farming BS is this? But apparently, sleeping on your back gives a higher propensity for sleep paralysis.
See, I get that. You want, you want to hear my logical idea of why 15 and 16 are bad to sleep like? Because the only people that should or would sleep like that are people that are dead. I was like, okay, that works. That makes sense. The
No, that's
grass would
stupid.
no, but like that is how you are buried and everything else. But like, yeah, no, that's how I thought about it. But yeah,
But
no,
that's
I
not
just
how people die. People don't die on their backs. They die crumpled up after something tragic happens.
so when you sleep normally, which one of these are you?
I didn't put that much thought into it. I just went, why is everyone like why is this viral post in my feed? It's because everyone's getting engagement baited by 15 and 16.
Yeah, and we're gonna engagement people here. Tell us which way you fucking sleep, you weirdos. So
Probably
I,
9.
I am number 8.
Yeah, I don't curl into a ball like that.
I have to because so I tore my meniscus and fucked
Or
up
I'm
my ankle
9
on
or
one of my
2, where it's
legs.
just like I sleep on my stomach so I can like re-stretch out my neck over the pillow.
But my fiance is the only person I've ever met in my entire fucking life that is willing to sleep like 13.
I thought that was
And I
fake.
no. The other thing that she does that blows my fucking mind, and I have no idea how she doesn't have a panic attack in her fucking sleep, is this bitch. This bitch will cover her entire fucking head with the blanket and sleep like that all night. Not only is that dangerous to do when you have somebody else sleeping with you, but like, how the fuck do you cover your own head and put it
I
all the
like
way underneath your
breathing.
head and sleep? Like I remember walking into my mom's room when she was sleeping and she had a pillow over her head and her hands were like blocking the pillow under her face. I remember trying to do that. Like just trying to
Mm.
sleep with a pillow on my head to see if it fucking worked. And I couldn't fall asleep with it on my head because it gave me a panic attack at like 7 years old. I'm just like, no, this is so fucking uncomfortable. So like
That's
I
how you
tried it
kill
at like
people is
my
by
note. Yeah,
smothering them.
exactly. I'm like, how the fuck does this work? I don't get it. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
But yeah,
eye mask. That just solves all your problems if you need compression. But again, the reason why I sent that is not, oh, how do you sleep, Zach? Let's do the numbers and then no, it's 100% about the sleep paralysis discussion in that thread. Because I think sleep paralysis, the whatever shadow, like when everyone memes about the sleep paralysis demon, like that stuff is so fake and over dramatized to me because I've had sleep paralysis, but I get the awareness inside where it's like, oh, I'm just not ready to wake up. And if even if
well,
like the water bottle's casting a weird shadow or something, I don't get the sleep paralysis demon hit like people do. Maybe that's also midwit thing. Midwits can't conceptualize and rationalize the world when they sleep on their backs.
well, I had a reoccurring nightmare for a lot of my childhood, but I never had sleep paralysis. It was
Mm-hmm.
just like a reoccurring nightmare that you legitimately couldn't wake me up from. It had to end at the same exact place at the same exact time every single time, or I didn't wake up until that happened. So, like, I've never had sleep paralysis, but I've had fucking night terrors, which a lot of people compare. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get it.
Sleep paralysis is something different because it's like that waking, can't move, and then shit's coming at you. And like maybe that is the actual dream state, but some people are conscious during that. Like with me, I feel just too lazy to get up when I have sleep paralysis, where it's just like I don't want to, I can't, but it's not like the demon. Like I think that's the thing. Like I've had so many lucid moments when I'm experiencing it that I've been able to just be like, oh, that's what this is, and then the demons went away. Instead, other people they feed into it. But if you go into that thread and you have sleep paralysis in history, and then you read about other people's demons, you're just reinforcing the demons. We've talked about this on the podcast. You don't do that. Don't feed your demons.
Off, you copy and paste like Kyle does, where you will copy and paste the beginning of the thread and not like put in the copy and paste for the comment that you're trying to tag.
All of them.
So
it's just the nonsense of all the replies. That's why I send it. I send it so you can investigate for yourself.
But I try and do the whole like, okay, this is where we start the reaction of what the fuck you send.
Okay, then you click and the first thing you do is scroll.
Yeah, I don't pre-look at the things because I think that it makes it more fun to show my reaction of like, what the fuck is this? I'm not mad.
Well, but you're like, this is the thing that. Yeah.
No, I'm just explaining my thought process. That way you understand what I do. But the fact that like people don't generally understand that it seems almost like sleep paralysis like that. Because I've had that where like, oh, I totally could get up if I like forced my mind to like fully finish waking up and get up and start doing the things, but I don't feel like it. Almost feels like people are giving themselves an excuse for being lazy.
Exactly.
Like not wanting to force
fake,
themselves.
I'm very special, giving myself a million tags and descriptors and mental illnesses and stuff. Where that again, the reason why that post took off is it's like, why, like someone says 15, 16 are dangerous. 95% of people go, what the fuck are you talking about? And then that's where you go to the replies, you find the knowers, and then you realize it's just some stupid stuff where it's like, and also then how does that spread? Because again, now you're feeding your demons. Now you are perpetuating this where you see someone else say like, oh, you sleep on your back, you get sleep paralysis. You're now confirming that into your brain for when you're tired and having visualizations of sleep. It's not going to go well for you. Because again, 95% of the world, they sleep on their back, no problems. They don't go, oh, it's a sleep paralysis pose. But then Twitter blows it up and everyone's lying. Everyone's got to be lying too.
Well, I had that same exact problem before my neck surgery. My ex-wife was looking into my neck ailment and was like, "Oh my God, all these people are sitting here saying and posting online that the pain is so severe that they can't sleep in their own bed, that they have to sleep in like recliners and stuff like that." So like I went into it being like 50-50 whether or not I was going to be able to sleep in a bed again. So I get like through the first week of being at home and sleeping in bed, and I'm just like, so all you're saying is like I can't sleep on both of my sides anymore. I can only sleep on one. And like I might be able to get the other one back. And my pain's rather severe. You guys are just pussies. You guys are trying to make yourself unique and custom and like feel good about something, and you want people to cater to you. That is the only fucking reason you're saying these things.
Yeah. And that's 90% of when I send you a tweet, it's because that is the revelation in the replies.
Yeah, I figured, but like it's more fun to have the conversation.
Or again, it's some weird cultural phenomenon that, like you with the weird fluoride drinks that they gave you in school that no one else had, but
I didn't have I didn't. So my mom gave me the option whether or not I wanted them. And they weren't.
Well, either way, but that was like that whole post where we showed like 15 things where it's like, if you were growing up, you knew this. It's like 90% of people go, nah.
Yeah. But that was like two things put together. You have GATE, and then you have that, which was in normal school, which is different than what I've heard a lot of people.
But it was also just all the other things like the hearing test and the thing. Yep. Everyone got the slew of nonsense, and then it's like, nah, you're making this up, or other people that didn't experience, they want to feel cool and a part of things. And now everyone's lying about sleep paralysis demons.
And it's hard. That's where this whole everyone's unique shit fucking burns all of the bridges down. It's like, guys, the world's a cool place. We all have unique fucking outcomes. We all have unique things that happen to us or do unique things.
Not when you're 80 to 110 IQ. You're just,
unless we're a slovenly piece of shit who only fucking goes to work, turns the fucking key, and does the shit that they have to do, and then they go home, and then they don't want to do anything, and they don't like put any energy and effort into their life. But like most people have really weird, different, interesting things happen to them. Like you genuinely just do. So
Well,
like,
this is
why
also
can't
why
people
I
just?
don't. The statement I'm about to make is going to sound terrible, but it's also something I've like explained. This is why I don't respect autism. When like everyone has autism now, and when it's all these
Mhm.
things, where it's like autism being so broad that it like where it's gotten, it's just more of like a now a special thing people try to say. Where it's like I've just got the tism. Where it's like no, we need to actually make it to where if you like shake or punch yourself in the head, or completely nonverbal, like actual autism needs to be a thing again instead of this like I've got some quirks and I really like numbers. Like no, that's just people. Like
The
I
problem
dive
is,
into those Pokemon numbers. I spreadsheet on MMOs. That doesn't make me autistic. Now everyone wants to be autistic because they do that.
oh, and in nowadays you'd be considered autistic. The thing
Exactly.
is when you look at this and you look at it genuinely, not with your emotions, you look at it with your thought process. Is okay. Why do they say these things? The thing is we made everything a fucking spectrum.
Yeah.
It's autism spectrum disorder. Okay, why is ADHD part of autism spectrum disorder?
That's what I mean. It's gotten so broad that I can't understand it anymore. And another thing is like the way that people try to indoctrinate in all of these spectrums. Where if I go, look, I'm just really meticulously passionate about a subject, you'll get a reply. Who's going to tell them?
Yeah. Well, think about it this way. You're only like one letter away from being part of the LGBT spectrum.
What?
Furry's going to be one of the next ones. We know. We know it is. Guys, we'll see you fucking
Have you?
next time.
Well, wait, no, what? I was still
Oh,
on
no. Oh, no. Go ahead.
because I think everyone see the meme where it's like boomers will do stuff like this and then say autism isn't real. It's like the picture of Farnsworth was like, here's where I organize my string. You've seen that meme, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, put that up there for the people. I think that's the perfect
I
explainer
thought you
to.
had it. I thought you had it.
I might have it somewhere, but I don't have it immediate. But it's like one of those things. Like it's so easy, quick to find. So that's what I mean. It's like
Um,
when that's it, where it's like, oh wow, organize. Like that's just the human brain. The human brain likes order and organization, and unless like you start screaming and actually stemming from it, you don't have autism. Even if you have to overly focus on it. It's like if I set a goal in Minecraft where it's like, oh, I'm going to finish this automatic hopper sorting machine, and if I don't, if I have to stay up 2 extra hours to finish it, or I can't sleep, like that's just being a productive person and wanting to see a job to the end. That's not like that can get to an ADHD level, but it's not autism. It's not those things. That's also just normal people in most cases.
so I found this one. This was funny. It's not even the same thing. Yeah, I know. Autism. It says my grandpa collects used traffic cones as a hobby. I consistently text him for updates. Let's see the haul. Did pretty dirty crop today. What the fuck is this?
See the amazing things we find. Uh, copy image
Wait,
address. Boom. See, like it's that easy, Zach.
now we found a neon one.
And now,
Yeah,
and then there's also like the meme that's going around about the train community. I might give him that.
that's honestly that was the meme I clicked on. Was one about trains. I
Mm-hmm.
thought it would have been funny and tie back into what we fucking talked about last week.
Yeah, but I don't think
Uh,
there's like some repressed boomer autism if you go, that traffic cone's fucking cool. I'm adding it to the hall.
I think genuinely it's because they don't like they see the value in the things that they're actually thinking about and talking about. And I
Yeah.
can't even open that image. Um it literally made me download it. Uh like that's the shitty part
Well,
is
I
like, oh, they're
accidentally gave you
like,
virus. I'm sorry.
oh my God, this fucking thing is the exact reason why I need this. And it's just
Oh, wait,
like,
it's just yeah.
like that's not how this works. And it's
Whatever.
just, yep,
Look up
it is what
Farnsworth
it is.
string meme. I don't know. We really need to dial in all the framing better. Like I say this a lot. Where it's like you made a good thing, Zach, but we needed to like we need that pipeline because people want to
Yeah.
see what we're talking about. Even though you like the little cropping and it goes nice into shorts with our faces and stuff, we need visuals. We need visuals for all the autists out there.
Or, they could be part of the show and go look.
I don't, bro. I'd click off of that. I would click off if someone told me that and we're just like, go find it. No, I don't engage with that concept.